My uncle offered me his house while he vacationed in Europe. It felt like freedom handed to me. My aunt and cousin left first. He stayed behind. Said he had business. When he finished up, he handed me the keys. A few weeks alone, that was the deal. He knew I wanted to live alone. I thought this was my first real step. No friends, no hanging out in the yard. He was very specific. I figured it was the snow. Too much of it. Maybe he didn't want me getting hurt. He left the fridge packed, like I wouldn't need to step outside at all. At first, it was better than I imagined. Quiet, peaceful, mine. Everything felt perfect. Until the middle of the night. The noise woke me up. Not fear, just confusion. Like something testing the door. There was nothing there, just darkness. And that moonlight cutting through the room. I just stood there watching, not realizing something else was already happening. I just stood there watching, not realizing something else was already happening. Then I heard it again, from downstairs, from the front door. Maybe something hit the door. Just the wind. It had to be. I turned on every light. Then I checked the peephole. I opened it just a crack. The footprints led straight to me. I slammed it shut, locked it fast. Who would be out there? I ran to the back. I needed to see if someone was still there. Through the storm, I saw something small moving. Too small to be out there alone. When the wind eased for a second, I saw him clearly. It was just a kid. I was scared, but I couldn't ignore him. He didn't look older than 10. I called 911. Told them there was a kid outside in the storm. I stayed by the window, watching. But he was gone. We were in the kitchen when it happened again. A quiet knock. When the door opened, it was him, standing there again. He wasn't dressed for the weather, not even close. His face, it was empty, like he wasn't fully there. Weeks later, he said this was his house, that he lived here. 2 missing kids, same house, same timing. And my uncle always gone.
This happened last winter, during one of my overnight shifts. I woke as a park ranger in a restricted wilderness zone. Most nights are quiet. That night the storm came in fast. The kind that makes the forest feel different. About an hour into the storm, my radio clicked on. Then I heard a voice.
Please, I'm lost.
The voice was weak, barely audible through the static. I checked the signal location. It was coming from the old Firebreak Trail. That trail has been closed for years. I grabbed my rain gear, my headlamp, and stepped outside. I thought it was just another lost hiker. The Firebreak Trail hasn't been maintained in years. Most hikers don't even know it exists, and no one is supposed to be out there. I radioed back to dispatch. I told them I was heading toward the signal. That's when it came through again.
Please. I'm still here.
The voice sounded closer this time. I checked the signal coordinates again. They hadn't moved. It was coming from directly ahead. Then the radio went silent. No static. No signal. Just dead air. That's when I heard it. Not from the radio. From behind me.
Please. I'm lost.
It wasn't coming through static this time. It repeated the exact same way. Same tone, same pause. Like a recording. That's when I saw something. A small light. On the ground. It was one of ours. Same model, same frequency. But I hadn't dropped mine. Then the one on the ground clicked on. And I heard my own voice.
Please. I'm lost.
It was my voice, recorded. I dropped the radio, and that's when I heard it. Footsteps, not walking, running. It wasn't lost. It was bait, and I was exactly where someone wanted me. I ran, not back toward the device, back toward the trail. I could hear him. He wasn't crashing through the brush. He was keeping pace. At one point, I heard breathing right behind me. I slipped and hit the ground. For a second, everything went quiet. And then I saw him, standing there, watching. He didn't chase me again. He just stood there and let me leave. I never worked another night shift after that. I remember thinking it was normal, just another car. But it never passed. It never fell back. It stayed the same distance. At first, I didn't care. Highway driving, someone's always behind you. But time kept passing, and it stayed. Same distance. So I speed up. Not a lot, just enough to test it. And the headlights speed up too. I didn't like how it felt, so I took the next exit. No reason, just to see if it would follow. That's when it started, that feeling. Nothing was wrong, but it wasn't right either. I pulled over, completely. I wanted proof. I wanted it to pass and end. No horn, no pause, just gone. Its taillights faded into the fog like they were swallowed. I sat there, a full minute, hands locked on the wheel, telling myself I was fine, telling myself it was nothing. Then I drove again, because stopping felt worse, because sitting still felt like inviting something closer. 5 minutes later, I reached a small intersection, and on the corner, an old gas station. All the lights were off. No cars, no people. Just that building, sitting in the fog. I didn't plan to stop. I just wanted the highway again. So I started to turn around, nice and slow. And then I saw it. The same car. Parked beside the building, lights off, like it had been there the whole time. I froze, I couldn't see anyone inside. The windows were too dark, but I could feel it, like someone was looking back. Then, its headlights turned on, all at once, bright, pointed straight at me. That was it. I didn't wait. I slammed the gas, turned hard, and got out. I hit the highway again, and I didn't look back, not once. I just drove and kept driving. 2 hours later, I finally saw town lights. I pulled into a parking lot under a single street light, and for the first time, I felt like I could breathe. I got out, walked to the back. I don't even know why, I just needed to check. And that's when I saw it, a handprint on the back window from the outside, clear as day. I wasn't even supposed to take that delivery. It was already 1:47 in the morning. We were about to close. The phone rang. Everyone looked at each other. My manager answered it, and then looked at me. It was only 10 minutes away, but I didn't recognize the address, and I'd been delivering around here for over a year. The GPS told me to turn onto a narrow gravel driveway. There was no mailbox, no visible house from the road. Finally, I saw it. An old house. No lights on, not a single one. When I stepped out of the car, I noticed something. The front door was slightly open. I knocked, no answer. I knocked again. That's when I heard it, breathing, right behind the door. "Delivery," I said. Then I heard a whisper. "Come in." "I can't enter the house. I need you to come to the door." "Just put it on the table inside," the voice said. That's when I became aware of something else. How far I was from the road. How nobody would hear anything out here. "I'm leaving it on the porch." No response. The breathing stopped. As I stepped back, the door creaked. It opened a little more. I didn't wait. I turned and walked fast. Then I started running. I got in the car, locked the doors, and drove. Halfway down the driveway, I looked in the rearview mirror, and I saw something. It wasn't on the porch. It wasn't at the door. It was standing at the edge of the trees. When I got back to the shop, my manager looked confused. That house was foreclosed last year. No one lives there. My manager asked what took so long. I told him the house felt wrong. He looked at the receipt. Then his expression changed. That property was foreclosed last year. No one lives there. We tried calling the number. It was disconnected. Cash payment. I never went back. And I don't take deliveries after 1:30 anymore. But sometimes, I think about that silhouette.